I just don't understand why there has not been a single anti-drug campaign that has gone well. Like, anti-weed, deflated. You guys all know this ad. Deflated girl. Like, that's a weird fucking search, but everyone knows this ad. Right?
So, Sarah, what's going on here? Sarah? Sarah.
She won't answer you.
Yo, she is smoking that loud pack also. I've smoked quite a bit of pot. I want that strain.
Or she can't.
Why not?
This is the way it's been since she started smoking pot.
This is the way she's been since she started smoking pot. Old girl's like... That's actually what you get when you tune into all of my streams. I'm actually just this.
She's all lazy and boring and... You know, we used to have so much fun together.
Okay, so your friend's lazy and boring and you used to have fun with her. So, why are you hanging out with her? So your friend's smoking weed and is lazy. What the fuck you doing hanging out with her then? It kind of seems like it might be you that's the lazy person. Because your friend, vibing. Pure vibes right now. Your friend doesn't give a fuck about the fact that she's chilling on that couch. What are you doing though? Maybe you should take a hit. If you're being like, we used to have so much fun together. Now she's boring. Find new friends. Or, if you're that worried about her, help her out. Get her a fucking cookie. Like, this anti-drug PSA was terrible in a million ways. Because every stoner had the same thought. Just like, yo, what the fuck kind of weed is she smoking? Like, I'm getting ripped off.
This is what we do.
This is what we do. Like, your friend's vibing. I don't. You seem pretty bored. I agree. Also, I don't know why you guys are sitting in grandma's house, but your fucking friend seems to be fucking faded in grandma's house and having a blast of a time. You're the one complaining to a camera about how much fun you used to have. Make some fun. Have some fun. Give your friend a cookie. Take a hit. If anything, this is just like, this shows what peer pressure should be a thing sometimes, I think, is what this ad's trying to show us. Top 5 anti-drug commercials. There's a top 5 of bad drug commercials and how they're all straw man. Like, okay, ready? Here's how you actually do a drug ad. You be real, right? You have someone smoking weed and they're like, dude, I feel great right now. Like, I'm super fucking faded. Honestly, my anxiety's not that bad. I'm kind of fucking hungry. And, like, I don't even... I'm chilling, bro. And then, like, you show the reality of, like, this man has been smoking weed for 3 months. He thinks he's accomplished everything. In all reality, all he's done is leveled 10 levels in RuneScape. And smoked 2 ounces of pot. This could be your brain on drugs. Pretty happy, pretty relaxed, but slightly unmotivated. Rethink your choices today. Or like, we make, you know, anti-drug PSAs that are about, like, genuine drugs, not pot.
Anyone out there who's...
Like, weed is a drug. I'm a drug advocate. I'm a cannabis advocate. Weed is a drug. There are negative fucking effects surrounding cannabis. Like, I don't live in some delusional stoner state. Every time I call this out, I get shit on for it, right? Everyone thinks I'm shitting on the community that built me when I talk about the reality surrounding cannabis. Like, there is some lack of motivation if you are a constant consumer. You can consume cannabis in a habitual manner that is negative to your overall life. That is where the stereotype of a stoner comes from, right? Like, the stereotypical stoner is lazy, they don't do shit, they hang out all day, and, like, yes, that's bad. It's not as bad as the heroin addict that is falling asleep on the corner or cutting the fucking catalytic converter off your van. Like, there are levels to drug use, there are levels to drug dependency. This is coming from an alcoholic that went to rehab. I was physically addicted to alcohol. That is a really bad place to be in. Physically addicted to any substance, right? Because then you start having to worry about withdrawals. You have to start worrying about death. With cannabis, I can stop smoking for a week. I'm going to be a little anxious. I'm going to be a little antsy. I'm going to be fucking frustrated. Like, you cut me up in traffic, I'm going to fucking, it's going to make me all, oh, but I'm not going to fucking withdraw to the point that I'm hurting myself, or, you know, I'm not going to have this withdrawal that is going to kill me or make me fucking go to drastic means to actually acquire, you know, more weed. Whereas with other drugs, you feel so physically ill, you feel so mentally trapped when you are withdrawing that you make really bad choices, like going out and robbing if you don't have, you know, the means. Like, dependence of drugs is what we need to talk about with people. We need to talk about the fact that, like, you can drink a 6-pack of beer for 10 years, right? Every night, and not even really realize that you just got yourself physically addicted to alcohol. Because it's such a common substance, and all we really get is like, hey guys, drink responsibly. Like, they have no fucking clue what that actually means. Like, that's their actual, the genuine anti-drug PSA. That's like, you know, some people can become physically addicted to this substance. There are some people that are genetically prone to things like alcoholism. Consume with that in mind. But that's not a very good slogan. You can't brand that. So instead, we're just going to demonize weed.
Still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs.
Okay, hold on. Let me process this. So my brain is a baby chicken. And my brain is a baby chicken that's a liquid baby chicken. And then when I do drugs, it turns my brain into a solid baby chicken. So when I do drugs, I get scrambled eggs. I guess I get the point that we're trying to make, but, like, couldn't you have been like, you know, this is your brain, and it's just a fucking egg, and been like, this is your brain on drugs. Just fucking hucked that fucker against the wall, watched it splatter everywhere. Like, isn't that a little more, well, like, they're trying to tell you, your brain is something that is inedible. It is basically useless in this current form. We have made sure that your brain does not actually become an egg by whatever the fuck they do to make sure that eggs don't hatch. And until you do drugs, your brain's useless. But as soon as you do drugs, your brain becomes a nice fucking meal for you. Your brain becomes something that's actually of use and of value. What is the fucking A to B point making we're trying to make here? I think these fuckers were fried. You can't convince me that any anti-PSA drug ad was not made by someone that was on drugs. You just can't. Because they all are. Talking dog? I do remember this one.
Hey, Lindsay?
This one's so bad.
I wish you didn't smoke weed.
Bro, fuck you. Like, I take care of you. You're gonna tell me what the fuck to do? Without me, you don't get to eat. Without me, you don't get to shit. Without me, you fucking wander the streets and you're gonna tell me not to smoke weed? Fuck out of here, dog.
You're not the same when you smoke. And
You give me too much attention. When you smoke weed, you get all cuddly. I hate it.
that's my friend. I'll be outside.
Would you tell a friend? Oh, these are so bad. Like, the message at this time, it's just not clear what the fuck the point of any of these, like, overall, this entire Above the Influence campaign. What, we're just trying to figure out how to tell our friends to stop smoking pot? Or, because this wasn't even necessarily like, hey, don't smoke weed. This one is like a, hey, learn how to confront your friends about something that is really none of your fucking business. Instead of focusing on your own issues, learn to confront your friends over unnecessary fucking menial business. This girl got home from school and went to get a snack. Clearly, her life is ruined from the marijuanas. Drive-through hit and run.
Can I take your order?
Oh my god. Is that really what happens in this ad? Bro, okay, first off, we're not gonna watch this one because I'm gonna skirt around and toss here and make sure that we don't get in trouble. We all get the point of this ad. Who the fuck is letting their child ride their bike through a drive-through? Are we not gonna talk about this? Where is the parent that is supervising the child riding their bike through a drive-through? What the fuck is the point of a drive-through? Cars drive through it. What the fuck? The parent is the one that's high. I think the overall lesson to that is pay attention to your children. I learned from watching you. Dude, also, I love that these are like at least 8 pixel quality.
It's yours?
No,
My mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must have...
Must have what?
Look, Dad, it's
Where
not...
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
That's the worst message I've ever heard in my life. Like, yes, in 1987, actually, I'm gonna spin this on its head. You know what that means? In 1987, they were aware of the genetic components of addiction, and this is what they thought would work. Like, holy shit. How unaware and disconnected was all of Reagan and Nixon's America from the genuine realities of addiction. I guess even science at that point didn't understand addiction. But, like, in 87, that's what, like, fucking 33 years ago? So 33 years ago, they were aware that there was a genetic component to addiction. And instead of actually, like, telling parents, like, hey, if you're an addict, you should probably talk to your children about your drug use and make sure that they're actually educated and don't go down similar paths. This was the route they took, was, if you have kids, hide your drug use. Because that's all that ad is saying. Like, the dad's mad because he found his kid's pot, and the kid was like, I learned from you. It's like, no, actually, he didn't learn from you, if that's the case. Because a good parent would, like, talk through that, have that super uncomfortable conversation that was like, hey, when I was fucking 16, I did all of these drugs. Like, this whole ideal of trying to protect your child from innocence, especially in regards to addiction and drugs, you need to tell adult children, even teenage children, 2 things. What to do and what not to do. How to learn from your mistakes. So, like, there's a lot of things in my life that my parents were very open with me about, that I was very happy that they were open with me about, because I avoided those decisions and paths in the future. So, like, now in this day and age, drug ads need to be so much more fucking straightforward than, look at this shit.
That makes depression convenient.
We're still running on
Nicotine can
straw
amplify
man.
depression and anxiety, so I'm trying to sell some depression. Anyways, sadness.
I'm trying to sell some depression. It's just like, dude, kids aren't that fucking dumb. Just be straightforward with them. Like, hey, if you're depressed, you might want to smoke cigarettes more. Don't use this because it's not a good means of release. Like, I want a visual representation of what addiction to nicotine is. I want a commercial of someone who's been trying to stop smoking for 6 months, but wakes up every fucking day not able to. That is the realities of something like nicotine addiction. I say that as I hit my fucking vape, as someone who's been trying to stop smoking for 6 months. There are very real realities to nicotine addiction. But selling this under the guise of, oh, it's a depression stick. No, just tell kids if you're depressed, you might want to smoke cigarettes more because they're going to make your brain fucking go burr. Your brain's going to go burr. You're going to want to keep vaping. You look cool. You look like a Chad. Don't do it, though. That's like a good ad campaign today would be like, kids, you want that real Sigma mindset, grind set? Don't fucking touch nicotine. Shit's dumb, bruh. Are you depressed? Do you struggle to get out of bed every day? You're probably gonna want to hit that vape. Don't. There's no need to. Go outside. Go on a walk. Take a shower. Like, oh, there we go. We sold the ad. Someone whip that together. Throw some quick cuts in there. Give me some fucking nicotine vape stick PNGs. We have $1 billion ad campaign. These truth commercials, I can't read, commercials are so abysmally bad, it almost makes you want to take up smoking or vaping to spite them. So, truth. You're running a fucking campaign called Truth. You know what you have to do? Crazy, outside the box, way in left field idea for you guys. Tell the fucking truth.